We got some breaking news, people. Pochettino has left Chelsea, and the club are now going to have to find a new manager to take over for next season. And I don't know about you guys, but this has caught me by surprise. I didn't see this coming. I want you guys to smash that like button and get in the comment section and let me know what you think about Pochettino leaving Chelsea. All the reports are saying that this was a mutual decision. And I think that that word mutual in situations like this is idiotic because nothing is ever truly mutual. Somebody always has to initiate the conversation, right? Somebody always has to suggest it first, unless you're telling me that Pochettino and Todd Bowley met each other and said it at the exact same time. But I believe that he was sacked. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell has happened. Because Chelsea, the way that they ended this season, I thought Poch's job was safe. They started off terribly. They end up going on a nice little run. They finished 6th in the table. They're going to be in Europe next season, albeit the Conference League. That's a competition that they should win. And the way that Chelsea and Pochettino, they celebrated after they beat Bournemouth on the last game day of the Premier League season, that looked like a manager that was excited for next season. That looked like a manager who had plans for the future. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell could have possibly happened from then to now where there's a mutual agreement for them to part ways. And I was one of those people this season that thought Pochettino needed to be sacked. For sure. Chelsea were sitting, 11th or 12th at one point in time in the table. That's unacceptable. But, as I said, they ended the season really well. And I kind of cooled off on my Poch out opinions because I'm not even a Chelsea fan. So I don't really care if they keep him or not. But as a fan of football, Chelsea are a huge club. There's no way, especially after spending £1 billion, that you should be anywhere that low on the table. I thought Chelsea had no business there. But again, he had them competitive. I'm not going to lie, Chelsea, they had a lot of injuries this season. No Nkunku. Reece James missed a lot of it as well. They were dealing with, just having to switch up things because of their fitness issues. And despite them being up and down in the Premier League, Pochettino had this team competing for trophies. They went to Wembley twice. They lost to Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final in a game that I thought they should have won. I'm going to be honest. I thought Chelsea outplayed Liverpool. Same thing with them playing Man City in the FA Cup semifinals. I thought Chelsea had better chances. I thought Chelsea should have beaten Man City based on how that game was going. To me, while Pochettino and Chelsea weren't a bit more successful this season, I think has to come down to Nicolas Jackson. Because that guy could not put the ball into the back of the net. And I think if they had a more clinical striker up front, this season might have looked a lot better. And if you guys watch my content, I've been saying for a while, this entire season, I've been defending Chelsea. And the reason that I was saying that Pochettino needs to be sacked is because I do not believe that this Chelsea squad is as bad as they have looked. I think there's a lot of talent there. And I think Chelsea, next season, I've already predicted them to be one of the dark horses to surprise a lot of people. I think Chelsea will finish top 4. Now, we'll have to see, depending on what manager they bring in. But the quality is there. You got Cole Palmer bursting onto the scene. And Nkunku shouldn't be dealing with that many injuries next season. Enzo, Caicedo. I still like those two players. I think they will be able to fit. Reece James is going to be back. Malo Gusto played well. This Chelsea team has talent in there. And I just think the next manager has to play a style of football that gets the best out of all of these players. Now, I think Fabrizio Romano said that Chelsea are going to be looking at younger managers, right? And everybody tries to do what Arsenal did with Arteta, even though I don't really rate what Arsenal have done so far because they haven't won any trophy. So until they can win the Premier League, a Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, something, I don't necessarily think Arsenal's model should be the one that you follow. Because, yeah, they've been able to challenge the last 2 seasons, but you don't get trophies for being runners-up, right? Like, you don't get trophies for pushing Man City. You got to win something. And since he's won the FA Cup, when he first got the job with Unai Emery's squad, he's done nothing since then. Let's just be honest. And I know some people may not like that. And I thought the way that Roman Abramovich was running Chelsea, ruthless. Managers were getting sacked. If Roman was here, Pochettino would have gotten sacked in like October. It wouldn't have taken this long. And Chelsea, since I started watching football back in 2014, have been one of the most successful clubs in England. Last 5 years, these guys have basically won everything. A Champions League. They've won, what is it? Did they win a Carabao Cup, an FA Cup, and a Club World Cup, a UEFA Super Cup? Pochettino, he kind of took over a rebuild, but Thomas Tuchel had them doing a madness for like 18 months. Chelsea were like everywhere, beating Man City in the Champions League final. Nobody saw that coming. And now I wonder, what is next for them? What manager can they go out there and sign? When Fabrizio Romano says that they're going to be looking at younger managers, what age range? Because to me, the managerial market right now is not that strong. I know that De Zerbi has left Brighton. Is he a possibility for them? He doesn't seem that old. Thomas Tuchel is leaving Bayern Munich. Do they bring him back? I don't think that you can. And I don't think Thomas Tuchel should want to go back there. Because this is the same ownership group that sacked him pretty early into the season because they were struggling. So it's going to be interesting to see. There's other names you could throw around. I know, what's that guy's name that manages Sporting? Emriam. Remember, he was linked to Liverpool, linked to West Ham. Maybe Chelsea go sign him. But to me, the next manager, they're going to be taking over a young squad that has talent. And I think they're just a few pieces away from going back to being a legit threat in the Premier League. I think they need to go sign a striker. They need a center back. And if I was them, I'd bring back Ian Maatsen. If not, if they sell Ian Maatsen, I think it'd be dumb to do that. But if they do, because he doesn't want to leave Dortmund and he forces that move, they got to sign another left back. But striker, to me, has to be a priority. I said it earlier. If Nicholas Jackson was more clinical, I think Chelsea's season looks a lot better than what it was. They played good football. They created chances. They just did not have the quality to put the ball in the back of the net, and that's what the next manager is going to have to figure out. But yeah, surprising news, people. Pochettino and Chelsea have basically departed, or they've agreed to leave. And look, man, that were mutual nonsense. It's like if you break up with somebody and then somebody asks you, oh, who broke up with who? It was mutual. No, it wasn't. Somebody had to initiate the breakup. Just because you agreed, you still got broken up with if the other person brought it up first. That's who did the breaking up. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to come out of this whole saga here, because Pochettino, I don't think that he did a good enough job. And I do agree that his job should have been on the line. But I thought how they ended the season bought him at least one more year. But I guess not. Todd Bowley is going to have to go out there and make a decision, because you've already sacked Thomas Tuchel. Now you've sacked Pochettino. You got to get this next one right, because next season could depend on it. And even though I'm backing Chelsea to be good, because I don't think that they're going to be as injured, and I do like a lot of their players there. I mean, I think Reece James is the best right back in the world when fit. I really rate this Chelsea squad. They just got to get a few more pieces and then maybe ship out some players as well. But yeah, looks real unstable at the moment, and it's going to be interesting to see what manager wants to take that job. But yo, guys, as I said earlier, definitely smash that like button and get in the comment section and let me know what manager you think Chelsea should go after, and how do you think Chelsea are going to do next season, and what moves do they need to make in the summer, people? As I said, smash that like button. Don't forget to share, subscribe. I'm out.